Hey everybody, one of the bright sides of having my channel suspended from a false flag is I created a new channel and I could actually subscribe to BIONICDANCE so she could say stuff that would get me all upset. Or at least I thought so. It's been such a long time since I've watched a BIONICDANCE video. I think my personal grudge from being blocked and having a video done about me has passed, and I'm thinking about some of the things that she's saying, and you know, she makes some good points and then she fails at some points because this is all from her perspective, and I don't think she takes into consideration that everybody has their own perspective, and everybody, you know, comes to theism or atheism a different way, and most importantly, people like to define themselves. They don't like to be defined by other people. And I think that's why she's getting most of this flack, is she's trying to define people that don't necessarily want to be defined the way she defines them. And some people can side with Kate, and some people would side with others, and that's what this is all about. But I don't want to talk about that because I could really care less about what a person or how a person defines themselves. A lot of people, claim to be Christian and they don't act very Christian. Does that give me the right to say that they're not a Christian? And even somebody that acts like a Christian, is it okay for me to say that, well, you act like a Christian, so you are? Personally, I really don't care what you say you are. I would rather just get to know you for you and let you tell me what you are. But what I want to talk about here is she talks about the burden of proof. Now, I agree with her. If I make a claim that God is real and I want her to believe, then I have the burden of proof. I have to prove to her that God is in fact real. But what if I just want to make the statement that God is real for me, and I have my own personal evidences that back that up? And then I go on to say, but I don't care if you believe or not. It's not my business to try to convert you or to convince you. Do I still have burden of proof? If I make the positive claim that I do believe in God, I believe in a creator, but I don't feel the need to press that belief onto other people, do I still have the burden of proof? Do I have to defend my belief if I'm not trying to convince anybody else? This is the reason I'm asking this is because a lot of times I tell people, yeah, I believe in God. And they kind of roll their eyes and they say, well, you can't prove it. My response to them is, well, I'm not trying to prove it to you. I don't need to prove it to you. I don't want to prove it to you. It doesn't really work that way. So let me know what you think. Thanks.